Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video it's going to be my Air Tycoon 4 series, and yes, we're now finally back after a break of about 2 months I think, but yeah, that was completely my fault of not recording it, but now I actually have time on my hands. I can actually record this series again and then upload it all in one go, as I said in my update video. In this time-lapse I got quite a bit done. I recorded something which I'm going to be doing from now on. I think I said in the footage later on, when I actually record the episode properly, if you know what I mean, not this time-lapse. I went and said that I'm going to be recording it for, like doing the time-lapse over the period of about a year. So it goes from about August 2010 to August 2011, I think I did. So I'm going to be doing that, so just August to August, because then I can have a look at like the top profit which I have in a year, which I think is a good thing. But what I did this time was I was setting up routes. I basically tried to finish off. I was going to call this episode finishing off all of the routes with 300 talks. I was thinking, I'll get all of those done, and then next episode I'll just like start doing the 200 like routes. But I actually managed to get it done much quicker than I thought it was. Probably like half of this, and someone flushed the toilet if you're wondering when that was. Like, I actually got done it probably in like the first third of the time lapse. It was done, and then the rest of it was setting up routes with 200 tour, and I went from Boston and Dallas, I believe it was, so we are going to be starting setting up routes from there. Now these routes are simply going to places which also have 300 tour on them, so I'm not going to other places which have 200 tour from places which have 200 tour, so that will come eventually, but I just basically want to get the most popular places in first, as I've said before. So that's basically what I did in the episode, so enjoy me putting all the routes in. Recording and a lot of work setting up all these routes, we are now finally done. I think that what I'm going to be doing from now on is I'm going to just go an entire year in the time lapse. I think that will mean that we can just see how we progress, like in proportion, because it will be different every single year as we expand more and more and more. So we went from July or August 2010, wherever we left the last episode, I believe it was August, and now we are in August 2011. If I remember rightly, the profit which I just had just now in July was 354 million, and if I remember rightly, in the last episode it was about 307 million, so we are actually getting quite profitable now with all of these routes. So as I probably said in the time-lapse, I have set up all of the routes now with 300 tour, well I believe I have. There might be a couple here and there, but I've checked around all of the routes that I can find, like all of the cities I can find. They seem to be connected up to every single other 300 tour place, and we are now starting to connect up ones with 200 tour. Now, as I said in the last episode, Boston here, I did say that that was going to be the place where I start connecting places up when it's got 200 tour, or I said, or it might be, but that's just where I decided to start from. So as you can see, it has been connected. I did actually start connecting it before on the network, and sorry, I just need to sort out my camera a second. But yeah, I did actually connect it a few routes onto the network to Boston with it before, but for some reason I didn't know really much further than that. Probably because I just thought, oh, it's got 200 tour, I shouldn't be doing that, I should just do the 300. So is that good enough? I don't know. I really don't know. You can kind of see my tablet in the background just because the way this camera works. I tried to block out the light as much as possible, but it's about as good as I'm going to get it. So I managed to finish off Boston in that way. I just connected to other places with 300 tour. Eventually I'll start connecting to other places with 200 tour, but I just want to get the main sites of the 200 tour which I need to connect. So I've done Boston. Right now, as you probably saw at the end of the time-lapse there, I was on Dallas, and I've probably done about half of that. The next places I need to do is probably going to be Seattle next. Then it's going to be Vancouver. Where was the other place? Oh yeah, Mexico City. And also I found that apparently Hamilton is over 200, so that's going to be connected as well. I think there's a few other ones. Is Memphis over 200? Oh no, it isn't. I thought it was. Cincinnati? No. Indianapolis? I swear one of these had over 200. Apparently not. I was mistaken, and my ears started ringing for some reason. Nice. So... yeah, that is, Tucson? Is that it? Really? I swear that was. I swear one of these Mexican cities had it as well. Is it Guadalajara? Oh yeah, it was Guadalajara, so that'll be connected as well. So yeah, eventually I'll just get around to all of them, but that's just a few that I need to actually connect. So, the routes that we need to actually, that I need to actually show you, because I did do quite a lot of them. We now have exactly 200 routes. Didn't intend that, but apparently that's how we ended up. So yeah, we're now doing quite a good job of setting up these routes here. What's that? 200 routes in 11 years. Yeah, not bad for this airline. So at the end of the last episode, the last two routes we set up were was Orlando to Phoenix. So I don't exactly know where that was on this. I didn't actually do anything outside of episode. I did say I was going to do that a few episodes ago, but I'm like, nah, I'll just do it all in episode now, considering that we do quite a few routes now. Those are all the San Diego routes I did last episode. Where is Orlando to Philadelphia? There it is. If I just put that up there, that was the last route. So I went from Orlando to Washington, Miami to Charlotte, Detroit, Toronto, Washington, and Philadelphia. As you can tell, trying to fill up Miami there, trying to just like go. I was just basically going around on city, seeing where there wasn't any routes for it, and then just connecting it up that way. Then I went from Philadelphia to Las Vegas, Orlando to Las Vegas, Miami to Las Vegas to Detroit, again Las Vegas again. Then this is where I started going from the 200 tour. So I went from Boston to New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Toronto, Houston, San Francisco, Las Vegas, Washington, Orlando, Miami, Charlotte, Philadelphia, San Diego, New York, San Diego. Getting a bit carried away there. Then I went from Dallas to New York, Chicago, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Denver, Atlanta, Orlando, and Miami, and that's as far as I've got. Now, in terms of actually ordering planes, I've got to a point where I can order 4 737s in the summer. The last two turns, so July and June, I'm managing to order 4. What I said last episode, where I was saying, no, I swear I said something about that I was able to order 2 737s like throughout all the turns. Then I found out that it was 1. This time I actually do. I can actually do 2 737s like every single turn at least. So that's just the way it's going to be going. So throughout the early part of the year, so January to April, I was ordering 2 737s consistently, and I was able to keep the money sort of around that point. So yeah, we are gradually gaining more money now. As I said, we did get up to 354 million the last time I checked, but I'm quite excited to see what it will be for August. I did set up a bunch of routes and order a bunch of planes for this turn, so I don't know, we might do... I'm thinking about this is going to be the format for a lot of the episodes now, just to set up a few routes inside the episode, and you can see a little bit of that there. Let me just tuck that out of the way. But hang on, I'm just going to sort out this camera because it's really annoying me.
One eternity later.
There we go. If I knock the camera on, then it's probably going to slip over this precarious position that it's in, but it's best I'm going to get it. Anyway, let's actually see how much money we're going to get, because as I was just saying, I did just set up a few routes in this term, and I got 354 million in the last turn. So what do we get now? Load, please. 357 million. Oh well, 3 million on top of that. It doesn't hurt to get a little bit more money in, so we also have surpassed 200,000? 2 million passengers, if I can actually speak. Yeah, we've passed 2 million passengers now. At the end of the last episode we were, I believe, at 1.8 million, so we've gained to 400,000 passengers in that time, which is not too bad. We are also going up quite a lot in value as well, and of course profit. In fact, no, we don't have 277 routes. What am I on about? Only 194. I was kind of confused because we've got a bunch of planes on the... What is it? Popular routes, there we go. I don't even know anymore. Ooh! The 787 has just been released. Right, okay, so... I did actually talk about this while I'm planning to in the time-lapse. I haven't actually recorded it yet. I always record it afterwards. But I am planning to use one of the planes. So the 787 is probably, like, I'm thinking it might not be the plane which I use, but this is just showing the start of the planes all starting to come out. So I'm thinking when they all release, I will then start doing long-haul routes. Because I'm thinking by that point, like, the US market might not even be saturated, because I've still got all of these 200 places to do, which is, there's not as many as the 300s, but there is still quite a few to do. Then I've got to link all those up with, like, at least 132 tour ones, which there's loads of, so we've still got loads of work to do in this market, so we're nowhere near done here. I reckon we're probably about half done in this market, but yeah. When this is done, you won't be able to see the land here, which is kind of what I'm aiming for with this airline, just that you can't see the land at all. It's just an absolute sea of routes, just like this top bit up here where there's quite a few routes. There seems to be a gap down here, but there's quite a few places with 130 tour, I believe. He says as he taps on all the places which don't. Oh wow, Wilmington, the only place that does. Oh well, but yeah, as I said, we will eventually get to that point. Did I get some planes this term? Yes, I did. I must have got rid of the notification, did I? I never remember doing that. Don't even know anymore, so let's actually just start setting up a few more routes then. Luckily, because we have half-finished Dallas, I know roughly where to go. So Toronto is the next one. I've basically just been going to the popular routes first, but as I said, like with Boston, a few of these routes have already been set up to some places, like from Los Angeles and New York, I believe. I just was like, oh, just go everywhere. And then I was like, no, do 300 tour ones first. So yeah, we are probably gonna come across a few routes like when we do all these 200 places that have been set up, but most of them shouldn't be. I am just going to request a bunch more slots in Dallas, because that's where I am setting up a bunch of routes, so we might as well. Also something which I was going to do, but I don't know, I might do it outside of episode. In fact, I think that's just something that I need to do outside of episode, is go around all the airports, and as you can see, basically every single time they come on an airport, I have to add an extra counter or an extra 2 counters or officers or whatever, because I just set up to so many airports that I can't keep track of them. And the thing only lets you know about it, and I did not look how many miles that route was. Yeah, when the notification doesn't say it to you, oh, it's 1200. It doesn't show it to you unless it's 100%. If it's over 100%, basically when that's in the red, but that's in the orange. I just like to keep it below orange. I used to try keep it below 50% for some reason. I don't know why I just set that arbitrary figure. But then, I believe I said before, I then went on, I believe it was Norwich Airways, if you remember that far back, I went on.
and I found, that was a good guess, I found that I could just get, like, out of New York, I could take about 50 counters and offices off, because it just went up to, like, just under 80%, and I'd use, like, the whole airport for, like, 2000, I was going to say, 2,000. Yeah, like, I'd used up 2,000 slots, so, yeah, that was, kind of a bad thing that I did then, but we are just doing it now, so we just go under 80%, which is where it starts to go into the orange. Where else can we go? Well, I believe that was... oh yeah, I did say that was a good guess, didn't I? Yes, I did. Where else do we need to go? Like all of these routes down here, like Los Angeles, Phoenix, surprisingly, I don't know why, and Houston, they were all connected to Dallas, I believe. I didn't do Charlotte. Let's do Charlotte then. Oh, I believe this is going to be another 21. I always get excited when I have routes that just require 20 slots, because I can just go, that, done. And again, look at these airports. Just all of them. I've noticed that you have, in the summer, that they're actually... They're not consistent. I've actually found out that you can, like, you'll put up, in the summer, you'll get loads of warnings saying, oh, all these airports, the counters, you need loads, because otherwise the customer satisfaction is going to go down. You put them in, and then it will, like, level out, like, 75% or whatever, and then you go back in, like, January, and then they're down to, like, 40%. So, and that was a good guess as well, look at me go, but yeah, like, it goes down, so sometimes, like, this won't be a problem, and then in the summer, like it is now, there'll be a massive problem. If you're wondering why I'm shaking like this, because I've got no clothes on and I'm cold. I have got pants on, so shut up. I don't even know anymore. I've been recording this for a million years, and as I probably said in the time-lapse, I've got time on my hands, so I just want to record as many of these as possible. We've got 2 more routes to set up, I keep on forgetting. I've just been too used to having 2 planes instead of 4. Where else have we gone? I haven't gone to Washington apparently, so we will go there. As I said, I'm not going to places with other places with 200 tours, so I'm not going to be going to Boston down there just yet. Like, eventually I'll set routes up to it, but just for now, as I said before, I just want to get the most popular routes in first, and then gradually move down to the less popular ones, just so I've, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but that's just the way I'm going to do it. Right, 1183 miles, that will be 19 or 18 slots, I don't quite know. I'll go with 18 just to be on the safe side, because you never properly know. In fact, no, 19 would be on the safe side, but oh well, doesn't really matter. And again, look at all of these things. I mean, you can have that at 99% and it won't complain, and it's basically just as bad as 100%, but it won't complain. So yeah, I really do have to go around and have a look at that. Let's just hope 18 will be enough. Is it enough? Come on, 3 guesses in a row. Come on, have I got it? Yes, I have. I'm getting really good at guessing the slots now. Because I haven't played this game for like 2 months. When I come back on, I have to get back in the whole, like, how I set up my routes and get all the slots. There's basically this way that I have. I just know that, like around 1,000 miles is about 20 slots, and around like 500 miles is 25 slots, and like it's not that consistent, but it's like sort of roughly around there, and I have to take time to actually get back up to that sort of way of doing things. So where else have I gone over here? Have I satisfied all of this? Apparently I have. Oh no, I haven't. San Diego. How did I miss you out? Sorry, I got you all in, and that's literally like 1 mile off. Wasn't the other one 1183, and this one's 1182? Fun. Good thing about it is at least I know that it's going to be 18. If this is 19, if I was 1 mile out from being 19, oh my god, if this actually happens. Because I'm pretty sure I've had that before somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but I know I've had that before. And it's really annoyed me, because if it does it now, then it's going to really annoy me, and that's my last plane as well. Nope, still 18, and that will stay at full price, because they're all over 200, as my system goes. Get all this up to 60%, put all these things in, give you some food and malarkey, and open the roost. Yeah, very, very, slick system now. It's literally every single route is basically the same cabin service, same food, same everything. Right, I've got all of these routes now set up, so let's just order more planes. I believe I can only order 3 this turn, just because the way that this works, even if you get more money, because you don't get... doesn't matter, basically, I don't have enough. There you go, that's all you need to know. There you go, just under, but oh well, that happens sometimes. So, yeah, I believe that'll be the end of this episode here, because we have been recording for a while. I don't know how long this episode's going to be, but I'm guessing these are going to be sort of like 25 minutes now, just so you get quite a bit out of each episode. So yeah, considering that this is going to be all recorded in one go, yeah, probably expect the next video to be coming out very soon. So yeah, we'll just I'll try and get all of this done as quickly as possible, and then upload it all. Like, I won't upload it all on the same day. I'll just like when I've started, like when I've done, I'll just start releasing all of these episodes for you. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video if you decide to use that one as well. Why is that very blurry and white and blurry? I don't know. Bye.